I think I need to teach you guys what inverse is. A lot of you Kamen Rider scalers out there do not know what inverse is, and it is something that is very, very important. It's literally just basic transitive properties. If A is bigger than B, B is bigger than C, then A is bigger than C. That is literally the basics of inverse. It is actually probably the easiest thing to use when scaling, because when you do inverse, well, obviously you're taking very, very blatant information. Okay, like for example, 01 is stated to be stronger than Oma, so therefore every single Reiwa character after 01 would also be stronger than Oma. If someone like the Overlord of Darkness is stronger than Oma and Agito is stronger than the Overlord, then Agito would be stronger than Oma. Obviously, these are very bare-bone examples, but you get the idea. Inverse is very, very important. Obviously, we're using Oma because he's the most interesting cases of inverse in this series, but I think that he also has very good examples of how inverse can be used and how it can potentially get complicated. Like, for example, when specific conditions are met that can alter the outcome of a battle, does the inverse for that still count? Like, for example, a weakened Decade versus a weakened Oma becomes superior. However, a weakened another Decade versus an enraged Oma, another Decade is still relative with Oma despite in a dying state. That same half-powered Decade is also shown fighting Oma Zio relative once again. So, what's the conclusion via inverse? Due to how consistency works, the inverse would be that half of Neo Decade's power is relative with Oma, because we have more examples of that half power being capable of fighting against Oma on relative terms. And the only time that it's lost is when he was dying and weakened. Basically, the more consistent inverse is the most likely answer for what is correct. Interestingly enough, you could still technically get him to have better inverse than Oma. It took all riders, including Oma form Zio, to take down Barlix, and Legend had to use base Decade's power to defeat Barlix. This is a graph that should be pretty representative of how the inverse should work in this example. Obviously, inverse can't solve all your issues, which is why it's just one way that you could figure out who's stronger between a set of characters. Like, for example, if all the Heisei riders equal Oma form Zio, then that means that all the Heisei riders by the end of the Heisei era equal Oma Zio's power. It's kind of insane how inverse works, huh? Anyways, I've said enough. Have fun, and remember, learn how to do inverse. It will help you with a lot of your debates. Anyways, bye!